What's going on, everybody? This is Cain Reval, and excuse me if this is just like kind of like a weird sort of setup thing, I guess. I'm still trying to like work out the kinks about what I'm necessarily gonna do with something like this, but I figured that I'd go ahead and give this whole thing a try. This is my review of the Gamesir X2, this one specifically for the Type C cellular phones. Let me go ahead and play some just quick background music in the back, so that way it's not like just me talking over nothing for God knows how long. Let me go ahead and set this up to where nope, I don't need shuffle, I just need repeat. There we go. Awesome. Just have some B-roll music going on in the background. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody that's just popping in and hanging out? Anyways, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into the review. Just as a quick disclaimer, I did receive this product for free. However, I didn't. It wasn't given to me by Gamesir specifically. It was actually from like a winning or a drawing or something like that. I'm not even. There we go. Okay, so I got it in a drawing. I'm not necessarily affiliated or anything like that by Gamesir at all. All the opinions that I have here are completely my own. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. There's nothing that really holds this box together except just a little bit of friction and a little bit of tape on the sides here. So we're gonna go ahead and move that out of the way. Just saying, very pretty, very sturdy box. very nice to hold, honestly. But you know, no one really buys the the toy for the box. Inside, we got this nifty little cover here. Helps keep this part here separated. Inside, though, you got your manual. Tell you everything you need to know about the device. A sticker, which I'm waiting to use myself, honestly. And I guess advertisements. We're gonna go ahead and set that up, put that away for now. And let's take out the device. So the first thing you might notice about the device overall is that it's very much like a Switch in a way. I don't actually have my Switch anywhere close to me, so I can't actually pull mine out in order to show you guys, but this is a lot smaller, closer to the size of a to answer your question, Panda, no, I've never done an unboxing before, so I'm a little nervous. So anyways, this is closer to the size of like a a Nintendo Switch Lite. Very close to the Switch Lite, maybe a little bit smaller. And first thing that I always notice whenever I get a new controller is I like to test out those analog sticks, and these analog sticks are they're very smooth. They're small, but I have generally small hands, so whenever I comfortably fit this into my hands and everything else, it actually doesn't feel too bad. The triggers in the back are digital, not analog, so if you have any analog games that say like the only analog game that that honestly comes to mind right now is Super Mario Sunshine, which I'm not sure if Dolphin on Android even supports analog triggers yet. But anyways, the digital triggers just mean that whenever you press into it, it registers automatically. The buttons are super crisp, pretty much exactly what you would expect from a Nintendo Switch. Very crispy. The D-pad is just like the one on the Switch. It's segmented into four different buttons. What am I saying? 4 different buttons, as you can see here. So for fighting games, generally like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, this might not be all that advantageous. But for me, I'm not really much of a fighting game kind of guy. So honestly, this doesn't bother me as much. It also has a screen capture button, which actually screen captures like your actual phone. And we're gonna actually get into using the phone here in just a moment, so I can show you guys a little bit of actually hands-on gameplay. And right over here we have the home button, which you can program to actually set up to where it'll open up to your home screen. On the back here, you have very rubberized back pads, with slight protrusion here as well, so that way it fits very comfortably in hand. Like I said, it works that I have very small hands, so this actually isn't too bad for someone like me. But I can see someone with larger hands generally getting kind of cramped around here, because you'd have to rest the device mostly on your pinkies, which can start causing some stress after a while. But I've played on this device quite a bit in just the past week or so that I've had it. To answer your question, Safi, this is the Gamesir X2, specifically one for a Type-C mobile device. So let's go ahead and get into the installation of the phone. We're going to go ahead and use my cellular device here. It's actually really easy. The Type-C port has a bit of a pivot to it. Let's see if I can catch it on camera. There's a bit of a pivot here. Oop. So it can move up and it can move down as well. So it makes the installation process super easy, as you can just simply take your phone, just kind of ram it in there, and then pull back, and it fits in there nice and snug. The light will turn on whenever it is connected, and as you guys can see, I'm just going to go ahead and press a button. It turns my phone on. So it will blink if it has an improper connection, and the light just beneath it will glow white when it is being charged, which has a charging port down here. This port is only good for charging devices. You cannot use this to connect an external controller. So let's go ahead and open up the phone. A few things that I really want to test to show you guys is Steam Link, which is something that I think this device is going to perform very well in. Alright, so there we go. We are in. Let's go ahead and pick a game that I'm familiar with. Let's go ahead and jump into Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. Now this honestly comes down, like, how well the game actually performs on your device depends completely on the computer that you're using. But we'll get into that a little bit later. What you got, Safi? What's your question? While we wait for this to start up, Shinobi Striker always takes just a little bit longer because it has to go through the anti-cheating process first. Will there be a community day today or not this week? Probably not this week, Safi. Alright, so there we go. We got the game running. Now, one thing to note is that the buttons here are inverted from what you would expect on a traditional Xbox controller.
Mean to a ninja?
That means that the A button appears over here, B button here.
What does it mean to be the strongest?
The Y button here, and the X button here. These register as they actually are, like as the X, Y, and all that stuff. So whenever you come to a game that you're used to having Xbox controls, they are going to be reversed. And it is going to be a little bit funny, but luckily games like Shinobi Striker here actually allow me to change out the buttons in case I need to. Now, I did have a problem getting this to start up earlier today, but I am not having any current issues. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to get back to my full schedule just yet. I might take a little bit more time, but I'm trying to find a place where I'm comfortable being able to come back on it and just overall chitter chat and all that stuff. So I'm working my way up, crawling before I can run, you know, crawling before I can walk. Walking before I can run, all that stuff. So anyways, when it comes to the overall device, there's next to no latency. That also has a lot to do with my internet connection. But everything seems to work just fine. The picture quality, it's a little difficult to tell from something like this, but the picture quality actually is relatively decent. For games like this that are very colorful and bright, it actually works out pretty well. It makes a lot of pictures and other things kind of stick out and look very look a lot better than they normally would, honestly. So you guys can see. Again, just honestly, it's difficult to convey from a webcam onto a device like this, but this actually looks very good from like my perspective. We're gonna go ahead and jump into another game, which is actually very easy. You can go ahead and press the home button. Oh, the home button doesn't work anymore. Okay, that's embarrassing, but that's okay because there are other ways that we can exit out to our Steam controller. One other game that we're going to go ahead and jump into that looks very good on a device like this is Wizard of Legend. So we're going to go ahead and quickly run out and turn that on. Nope. There we go. As you can see, the device responds very well to the input from the D-pad as well. So that's honestly why I don't necessarily mind too much about this segmented D-pad. Among Us wouldn't necessarily work too well with this because it doesn't actually have innate controller support. Uh-oh. Did Wizard of Legend just break? This is coming along very well, I can already tell you. Oh, there he is. Sweet. Alright. Go ahead and jump straight into this. Now this is a bit more of a faster paced game, so you'll actually notice there's a little bit of screen tearing here and there from the latency. Again, this is mostly because of the Wi-Fi connection, so it doesn't necessarily pick up every single little bit of movement that I've noticed. Cause I got the game right here on my monitor as well as you know, right here on the cellular device as well. Oh no. Oh gosh. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Panda. I'm gonna try and see if I can point this a little more towards the camera that way. Anyways, and yes, Zappy, this is Wizard of Legend. So anyways, as you guys can see, it does still operate. The buttons are reversed, which is a little funny, considering what I'm used to. But overall, everything seems to work just fine. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump into different emulation. So instead of doing Steam, we're going to jump into another game. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that real quick. So everybody here loves their retro gaming. So how do you get more retro than Pokemon? And I can't stress this enough, this setup is actually perfect for playing games on the Game Boy and the Nintendo DS as well. My personal device runs these kind of games very easily, but honestly, almost anything can run a Game Boy Advance emulator. I haven't had much of a chance in order to play with this too terribly much, but we have gotten quite far. At least, I say quite far. We're good for where we are in the game. We got our first Pokemon and everything else. Let's go ahead and get ourselves into a battle real fast, so that way you can see the device and how everything works in a game like this. See if I can get this to not be upside down. So it responds very easily to all that stuff, and it looks very nice as well. Is there a version for iPhone? I honestly have no idea. And how much does the device cost? Okay, I believe this retails for about 55 USD. Which is a tiny bit cheaper than some of its competitors as well. All in all, it's operating pretty well. Let's go ahead and switch to something else. Now for a game that requires a little bit more precision. Super Mario World. This is gonna be really weird trying to play this upside down. No. Okay. So. Oh man, that's terrible. I just want it to be known that this is not a review about how well Cain plays games upside down, but instead a review of the device, which is running very well. Let's go ahead and test those triggers. Oh, they're up here. So used to playing upside down. Oh no, well, and it does register these analog sticks just fine. This is not a sponsored video, just a fun one that I wanted to make and show you guys essentially what I think of these devices. I did win this in a contest, so it was free, but it's not sponsored at all. Let's go ahead and switch to something else. This is the last one, and I think everybody, who's anybody, has played this game at least once in their life. This is Super Mario 64 DS, so as you can tell, it's obviously a DS game. Let's go ahead and shortcut there. This is obviously a 3D game as well, and the touch screen works, obviously. This is just from the emulator, more or less. Has less to do with the device itself, obviously. But the important thing is how well does input get registered here. As you can see, there's next to actually probably almost little to no latency here at all. That's right, I have cheats on. Oh, okay, so he's Safi's never played Super Mario 64 DS. At least not. Have you played the original at least? It is an older game, I'll be honest. So I won't be too harsh on you, Safi. But more or less, the device works very well. For games like this, which didn't originally have an analog stick, this actually doesn't look too bad. I think there is one last thing that I can show you that works relatively well and utilizes both these sticks. So let's go ahead and get into that. So one thing to note about this game in particular This is a Nintendo 3DS game. And while the starting screen here works decent enough, my device is not good enough in order to operate a game like this. But it does utilize both of these sticks at the same time. So I thought I'd go ahead and show you a little bit of that. As you guys can see, I can use the second stick here, and while there is a little bit of lag, that is mostly due to my mobile device, and less to do with the actual device itself. The game runs perfectly fine on my computer. The controller works perfectly fine. I think I made that point very well here. But I figured that I'd go ahead and show you guys that this works as well natively with the I think I show you that it works very well with the 3DS emulator, in case anyone has one. Oh crap! I just killed my own ally. I can't see anything, so it's kind of hard. But that's funny. All right, let's go ahead and switch this out. So guys, that right there is more or less just a very brief, not necessarily brief, this is almost 30 minutes. It's a relatively in-depth, I guess you could say, review, or at least my review of the Gamesir X2. I personally very much enjoy this device. I might end up getting my hands on the Razer Kishi, which is this little device's, yeah, I guess you could say competitor. And when I do, if you guys are interested in seeing another video similar to this one, where I essentially break down the device and show you guys everything, so yeah, if you guys would like to see something like this again for the Razer Kishi, which again is this device's competitor, just go ahead and maybe leave a comment in either the Discord channel or maybe the suggestion box, and I will do what I can in order to get my hands on it. Again, this is not a sponsored video or anything else. All these opinions are purely my own. I did receive it for free, but it was not from Gamesir. It was from a drawing. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming and checking out this very weird stream, I guess. I'm gonna try and stream a little bit tonight if I can. I'm gonna make a. I'll do what I can to be here tonight. Thank you guys again so much for coming and checking everything out. We're gonna go ahead and run the outro. Thanks again, guys. As always, guys, thank you so much for coming out and checking out the stream. If you like what you saw, maybe consider following so that you can watch some more sometime. And if you really like me and you want to support me in this channel, maybe subscribe. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to use the suggestion box right here in Twitch. You can find it in the upper right corner of the chat. If you're on mobile, or if you're on desktop, it's going to be in the About Me section. You can also join the Discord if you like. The link can be found by typing !Discord in the chat. There we gab and have fun and share memes, but most importantly, it allows me the opportunity to get to know you. You can suggest future content there, as well as vote on what you would like to play for Community Day, which is every Thursday starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks again so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again very soon.